Hey everybody, Mike Guillaume from Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast, back for another live stream reaction. Inter Milan travels to Napoli this afternoon for a spot in the Coppa Italia Finals against who else but the reigning 9-time, consecutive Serie A champion Juventus. So Juventus pulls through last night after a 0-0 draw at home against AC Milan, and now they await the winner of this game here today. So Napoli holds a 1-0 aggregate lead over Inter. They went into the San Siro and took a goal and took the victory in that first leg with that one away goal. So players are getting ready to head out onto the pitch. They're highlighting some health workers there in the middle of the field. So thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you coming on, joining us for this live stream reaction for the Coppa Italia. Italian soccer is back. We've had some Bundesliga action on, as well as we did some Liga MX games before the coronavirus break, but now we are doing our first Italian game. So and MLS on its way back soon. MLS will hopefully be back. I'd say they're saying June 8th or July 8th is going to be the first game of that tournament, but we will see how that goes. So with that being said, let's get right into the lineups here for these teams. You can see them scrolling down right along the bottom here. These are the starting lineups. They will not refresh with substitutions, especially now we're doing 5 subs a game. I can't handle that many. So starting out for Napoli, they are going to be playing in a 4-3-3 setup. They've got David Ospina in goal, Nikola Maximovic, Kubaili, Di Lorenzo, and Haisaj along the back. Also then Dem, Zelensky, and Elmas in the midfield with Mertens, Lorenzo Insigne, and Politano up front. Inter Milan comes out in I believe it's a 3-4-1-2 is what they're calling it. Handanovic in goal, De Vrij, Skriniar, and Bastoni at the back. Ashley Young, Kandreva, Brozovic, and Barella across the midfield there with kind of an attacking midfield of Christian Eriksen. Then you've got Lukaku and Martinez up front. That's one of the top front lines in the world right now, well, at least prior to the coronavirus outbreak. Lukaku is having a strong season, as well as Lautaro Martinez. Lots of rumors of him possibly going over to Barcelona and some other bigger clubs in world football. So those are the lineups. This one, Napoli up 1-0 on aggregate. Second leg, this game is in Naples at the San Paolo Stadium. So this one should be a fun one to watch. It is raining there, so maybe we'll see a good slippery game and see lots of goals, and it should make for an exciting second leg of the Coppa Italia semifinals. Daniel Young, yes, more football. Thanks for joining us, Daniel. Appreciate you coming on and watching some soccer / football with us. They're still honoring the doctors there in their white coats in the center of the stadium. The players still have not made their way out into the pitch yet, and it is 2 o'clock. They said it was going to start at 1:45. Then they're saying it's 2, and now it's probably going to be even later than that. So while we're waiting for this one to get underway, thank you again for joining us. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel. Down below, we're running a challenge, 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge. First step, subscribe here on YouTube. Second step, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. And when we reach 1,000 subscribers, so if we do that before the MLS All-Star Game, which was originally scheduled for July 29th, one social media follower will win their choice of either 2 tickets to any MLS regular season game plus 2 Sons of a Pitch soccer t-shirts, no airfare, or a $250 Visa gift card just to make it easy. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and help us continue to grow our channel and continue to grow the sport of soccer here in the United States. And that's pretty much our main goal. We are constantly trying to grow our game here. in the United States and soccer as a sport here. So looks like we've got Inter Milan is in the black kits, so the black and yellow, and then Napoli is in a blue, their light blue kit with white sleeves on the top. So the players are lining up for the anthems, and hopefully we will be getting started here fairly shortly. So let us know in the comments, where are you watching from? Down here, let us know if you're, from Italy trying to watch this game and can't find a stream, or wherever you're at. Let us know in the comments or the chat down below. Daniel Young says, do you prefer a 4-4-2 or a 5-4-1 formation? I prefer the two strikers up top. Obviously, it depends on the type of team that you've got and what type of talent you have at the front, the back. But for me, I prefer the 4-4-2 formation just because you're getting more attack. And for me, you kind of need to attack more than sit back, because when you sit back, you will get picked apart. And I like to see a team go for it and kind of dictate the game from there. So Gennaro Gattuso is the head coach for Napoli. He is a former Bulldog in the midfield of AC Milan. He was a World Cup winner with Italy back in 2006, which is right when I had started following soccer and started following the Italian national team in that World Cup, and ended up meeting Gennaro Gattuso in the elevator of the Bellagio a couple weeks after the World Cup, as he was vacationing there. So, Adrian Fernandez, thanks for joining us. A stream to watch in the UK. I do not have any stream links here so far, but make sure you subscribe before you leave and help us continue to grow. And as well, if you find a stream, definitely go ahead and put it down here in the comments. And if somebody wants to go watch it, that's fine with me. For me, we're just doing some commentary here of these games, and for those who cannot find streams. So looks like Amador Rojas is back. Amador, how you doing, sir? Asking for another shout out. You got it. Thanks for joining, Amador. We love it when you come on here and ask for your shout outs. And let's see, Aguilan Fernandez rooting for Napoli. All right, so we got a Napoli fan here. I am personally an Inter fan. I've followed Inter Milan for probably, I'd say probably about 10 to 12 years, kind of when they started winning Scudettos, pretty handily there. That's when I was the Inter fan, started becoming an Inter fan, and when they won the Champions League and all that, with Diego Milito and Wesley Sneijder and all that. And now it's been a little bit of a rough run for Inter Milan. They have not had a great bit of success over the last few seasons. No Scudettos, I think they might have won a Coppa Italia here or there, but nothing crazy, no Champions League success. So we'll see. Maybe they'll get back to the Champions League this season, or for next season. And today's game should be exciting. Here we go. We're lining up now. Got Antonio Conte, the manager for Inter. He's ready to go, and we are getting set here. The referee is standing over with the ball there. All right, let's go. Amador is rooting for Napoli as well. So Amador and Aguilan Fernandez, there you are. Definitely, there's our Napoli guys for today. That's for sure. So let's get this guy underway. The scoreboard you'll see here, you'll see that I've got the aggregate score right underneath the score. I had to just add a different text in for that. So that's why it's in our regular awesome text that we use for everything, because that's our font that we picked out for the middle of our logo. So here we go. The referee is giving the thumbs up to the goalkeepers, and Lorenzo Insigne is ready to go. And I hope that all of you are ready to go as well. Before we get started, do us a favor, hit that subscribe button down below, and let us know where you're from in watching this live stream reaction from. Want to see how many countries and places all over the world we can hit today. I think our record before was about 15 different countries that we had represented. So hopefully going for that again. So kickoff is underway. We are about 10 seconds into this match. Inter Milan Can they pull the comeback off against Napoli, down 1-0 on the aggregate score after giving up that goal, that late goal to Napoli? Now here's a chance for Napoli right off the bat. Insigne with a long run, and Candreva comes back for Inter and kicks it out for a corner kick. So 30 seconds into this match, Napoli already gets a nice long ball through to Insigne, and now we've got a corner kick already. So here is a corner kick now. He's lining up to take it. Everybody's getting in their positions. Lautaro Martinez is back marking for Inter, and an easy little clearance from the near post that was extremely low from Napoli, but they've regained possession here at the midfield and play it all the way back to their keeper, Ospina. All right, so now here comes Inter Milan with an interception in the midfield, plays it up, and Candreva in possession right now, looking for one of Lukaku. Up top, he goes down the wing, slides a cross into the back post, and the Napoli player defends it, was trying to play it back to his keeper, but it goes out. I don't know how this ball ended up in the back of the net off the corner. It looks like maybe a slight deflection. Maybe it was an Olympico. I don't know. But either way, we're looking at a 1-0 lead. Here's the replay as he shows it. Actually, no, it was slightly deflected by number 12 on Napoli at the near post. And so it's going to go down as an own goal would be my thought. And then it goes right through the legs of Ospina and into the net. And Inter Milan is 1-0 right now. And if it ends right now, it would go to extra time and penalty kicks. But again, there's a long way to go as we're only 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this one. But Inter gets the dream start that they're looking for here. No doubt about that one. So, fans, let me know. What are your thoughts? Hey, Nick's here. All right, what do we got? Nick, hello, everyone. Going to try to jump on as I can. I'm pulling for Napoli, but oh no, that corner kick. So, hey, thanks for joining, Nick. Appreciate it. Keep moving those boxes so you can get back at it next weekend with us here on a live Skype, so we can chat, and I'm not talking to myself for over 2 hours. Now, let me update this aggregate score here to show the 1-1 score on aggregate. And again, due to the world football rules, you are going to see if it was to end like this, it would go to penalty kicks because they are tied on away goals as well. But I don't think it's going to end this way for sure. So 3.5 minutes gone in this one. Here is Brozovic in the midfield to Lautaro Martinez, who has space, takes a shot, but it's cut off well and blocked by, looks like it is Maximovic of Napoli, the center back for them. All right, now we've got Inter on pressure again, giving some pressure here and looking to take it to Napoli and get this second goal in. Definitely looking for something there. Daniel Young comes out and says, very few teams in the world are successful when sitting back. Atletico Madrid comes to mind. Yep, that's for sure. There's some teams that can pull it off, but not. It's not very, very common, that's for sure. So here is Inter in possession right now. Bastoni passes the ball up the wing, and now back to Bastoni, who goes back to his center back, and almost intercepted there by Napoli, but then it is officially turned back over to Inter, and Inter is going out a long ball over to Ashley Young, but it goes over his head. All right, so now Napoli in possession in their own half, trying to get out of their own half, and Inter has been playing extremely strong so far to start this one out. There's a foul on Inter as Politano goes down for Napoli, and that gives them a free kick right about the halfway mark. All right, Daniel says... Atletico Ottawa actually is owned by Atletico Madrid, and they have the same defensive philosophy. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Atletico Ottawa does in the CPL this year. Being an expansion team, being owned and operated by Atletico Madrid, that should be fun to watch. They're definitely going to pick up the One Soccer subscription once the CPL comes back. Especially being a Canadian myself, I enjoy watching some of those games. So. Thanks for the comments on here, Daniel. Everybody else, where are you watching from? We haven't had any responses yet. We know Daniel's from New York, and I think I know Nick is here in Chicago with me. But everybody else, where are you from? Amador, where are you from? I can't remember if you told us before on our other streams. Aguilon, Fernandez, where are you at? I'm guessing the United Kingdom because that's what you said, looking for a stream there. So we've got at least two countries covered. We've got the United States and we've got United Kingdom. Now, here is a chance for Napoli, a corner kick, an in-swinger right to Handanovic, comes out and easily picks that one out as he tries to spring Inter on the counter. He does so, and then it's broken up by Napoli as the player was running back to the defensive side. So Politano down the wing, tries a long ball over, looks like he was going for Insigne, and that goes, no, it was not Insigne, it was Mertens. And that goes out of play. So here's the replay of the goal. Number 12, Elmas, is the one who put that. They're actually crediting the goal to Eriksson, but that to me that looked like an own goal because that was deflected. The keeper would have had it covered. I believe he would have had it covered if that was not slightly deflected there. So Inter Milan building up. Lukaku playing some great hold-up play, which is what he is. He's probably the best in the world at doing. Similar for American soccer fans in the style of Josie Altidore. You kind of see him in, kind of the way he plays. Romelu Lukaku plays the exact same way, but is much better at it and doesn't get hurt as much as Josie Altidore. So here's Candreva down the right-hand side looking to spring Inter on something. Nicola Barella in possession, goes back to De Vrij. De Vrij over to Bastoni. Goes back to De Vrij, who goes over to Skriniar. Back to De Vrij as they're just building up some possession along the back. Nick says, Eriksson and Lukaku with Inter, I miss them in EPL. Yeah, I bet you, being an EPL fan, I can see that. So Inter holding the possession here, kind of trying to take control of this game. A long ball over the top for Candreva, who's onside, goes to center it, and it's cleared out for a corner kick by Nikola Maximovic of Napoli. So both teams now with two corner kicks in this one in the first 8 minutes or so. Definitely some offensive type soccer going on here. So pretty good to see from that standpoint for the neutral fan to watch this. There's a foul on Inter Milan. So a free kick for Napoli from well inside their own half. As Haisaj steps over it to take it. Goes back to Koulibaly. And out to Di Lorenzo and out for an Inter throw. So now Inter again, will they kind of sit back here and try and pick apart Napoli, or will they take it to them and kind of drive it right down their throats? I'm guessing that Inter will probably go after this game. They started out well and got lucky with that deflection / own / Christian Eriksen goal off the corner, and they definitely cannot let that opportunity go to waste. Inter should take out Napoli no problem. In this type of matchup over two legs. They are the better team, but again, that's why we play the games, right? So here is De Vrij at the back for Inter. Slides the ball over to Barella. Barella to Skriniar, who's kind of playing up forward, passes the ball nicely up to Candreva, who Napoli has now put the two guys out on the wing for Candreva. So Gennaro Gattuso, the head coach for Napoli, is seeing that Inter is trying to lean towards going down Candreva and go down that wing, that right wing side, and try and cross the ball into the middle, create scoring chances in corners, and he is trying to put a stop to that with the double teaming of Candreva. Now Handanovic comes out of his box to get the back pass and kicks it all the way downfield to Hiatus on Napoli, who switches it out to the right-hand side for Napoli. And that player is Giovanni Di Lorenzo. Now gets played all the way back to the keeper, Ospina, who's probably kicking himself for that first goal as well. Now, Napoli with the ball in possession. Looks like we got a foul, possibly even a yellow card. And the ref has the yellow card out. It's going to go to Ashley Young. The first yellow card of the game goes to Inter Milan on the foul on Politano. I don't know if I'd call that a yellow. Ashley Young hasn't really done consistent infringement in this game yet. So I don't know if I agree with that, but the referee probably just trying to put a handle to this game in case anything gets out of hand. So thanks again for joining us. Make sure you guys subscribe down below and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to get involved in our drawing. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, as long as we do so by July 29th, we're going to be giving away some money and or tickets to an MLS game, but no airfare included. And here's some more details as far as how you can find us. So we are at SOP Soccer on Twitter, at Sons of a Pitch Soccer on Facebook, and you can also find our podcast through however you get your podcasts, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, etc., etc. So that is kind of where we stand right now. It's 1-0 Inter Milan in the 13th minute, tying this one up in aggregate. And we are going to have a good game to watch, I feel like, today. So thank you again for joining us in this great matchup here. Definitely appreciate you coming on and watching with us. Give me just a second here to change the scoreboard. It looks like it got messed up while I was going through the different slides there. As Inter holds possession here in the front. And just kind of working the ball around. Brozovic in possession now for Inter. All right, there we fixed the scoreboard now, and we are on par. Inter gets the ball intercepted in their back pass, but nothing comes out of it as Napoli could not quite hold on to possession. De Vrij clears the ball up and out, but it goes off of the Napoli attacker, forechecker, so to say, Di Lorenzo, and we have a throw-in for Inter Milan. All right, Nick says Napoli hasn't finished worse than 5th in Serie A in the last 10 years. I feel like they're underrated or overlooked. Yeah, they haven't. They've been a top team, but they're just not at the same level of Inter or Juventus. Possibly with AC Milan. I mean, they've kind of dropped down over the years as well. Candreva with a horrible giveaway there on an attacking chance, but picked off nicely by Koulibaly. And looks like we got Ulysses Carmona just subscribed. Thank you, Ulysses, for the subscription. Really appreciate it, man. You are helping us grow our business, so that is awesome. Thank you so much for that subscription. Really appreciate you coming on and watching with us, Ulysses Carmona. All right, so now a foul on Napoli. Brozovic goes down, and it is Mertens who is guilty for Napoli of that foul as the possession buildup continues by Inter Milan here in the 15th, heading into the 16th minute. A nice little give and go here. Brozovic in the midfield goes out wide to Candreva, the top corner of the box, looks to take a left-hand shot. Oh, left-footed shot that just goes over the bar. Did not miss by much, maybe about a foot or 2 foot max. So a great chance there for Candreva, pulling it onto his left foot, and the goalkeeper did not get a touch on it, I don't believe. Can't really see it through the replays. Candreva automatically goes and points to the corner, but I don't think he's going to get that, which he does not. It is a goal kick for Napoli, so another good chance for Inter Milan. They've had the good chances here so far. They've held the possession here so far, so it is kind of an Inter start to this one. So Barella gets called for a foul on Politano, and we're seeing a lot of tic-tac type fouls in this match. Not exactly what you're looking for here, if you're playing in this match. But again, this is the first match back for these guys for a long time. It's been 3 months, all going on 4 months now since they haven't played. So definitely can understand why they might be slightly off their game. But here comes Napoli now. Ball in possession into the box for Napoli, and it's sent off of Ashley Young and for a corner kick for Napoli. So the corners keep happening here, just fast and furious in this one. Lots of corner kicks. We've got, can't tell how many yet because my stats page isn't working on my ESPN stat sheet. But here's Politano with the corner and cleared away by Skriniar as Barella goes for the possession of the ball, and it's cleared out by Brozovic, but not all the way out, just as far as the Napoli defender, who then cuts it back, and they build up a little bit of space there in the midfield to try and get something built up. So Napoli now in possession. Maxkovic goes all the way over to the other wing for Hisaj. Hisaj over to Insigne. Lorenzo Insigne. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. I should do better because I'm Italian. But now the ball in the middle. Number 14, Mertens comes out over to Politano, and it's broken up by Inter by Bastoni, the left center back for Inter Milan. The young kid, I believe he's this is kind of his rookie season. He just came up from he spent a lot of time with the youth team, the Primavera Nerazzurri, and now he is a first team selection every week. A foul here just outside the box by the aforementioned Bastoni. So a good chance here for Napoli as Politano gets up, and really wasn't a horrible foul, but a foul nonetheless, about 5 to 6 yards out of the box. So looking like a good chance here for Napoli to get back onto the board in this one. Who will end up taking it? Insigne is pushing guys out of the way, but it looks like it's Mertens or Politano that are standing over the free kick as Handanovic puts up his wall and gets that ready to go. So the referee pulls back, trying to keep these guys organized and not scooting forward. But this is a very dangerous position for Napoli, no doubt about it. And still jostling by the club here. Napoli, there's the whistle. He steps over it, and Mertens hooks it right into the wall, and then it gets deflected back to him, and he skies it to the right of the goal and over by about 10 feet. So nothing there for Napoli here to start out with their best chance of the day so far. 20 minutes in, Inter Milan has held most of the possession. We're tied on aggregate 1-1. This is an interesting game so far. Both teams have had a couple chances, more so Inter than Napoli, but definitely an enjoyable game so far, and I think we might be in for a hell of a finish to this one since it is 1-1 on aggregate. And all locked up because both teams have the away goal now. So here's some pressure on Handanovic as he's taken his time with the ball and finally clears it up, but the Napoli player intercepts it. And now we have Inter in possession. Lukaku with possession gets fouled. And actually, are they saying no foul? Because Koulibaly picked up the ball and kind of took off. So Not sure if we have a foul or not. I believe we do, since he just picked the ball up. But Lukaku was had some good possession there, and as I mentioned before in this show, that this is the best. This is the best guy in the world for that type of hold-up play from a striker. So here we have Lukaku in possession again. Goes back to Barella. Barella up to Eriksson. Eriksson almost gets his pocket picked, but he turns it around to Candreva. Candreva inside into the box. Eriksson with a shot gets deflected off Maximovic and goes to the goalkeeper for a save. So Ospina gets the save on that one. Another good chance by Inter Milan. So let's see. Nick says, did you see the Inter player crouch behind the wall so the wall could jump? I actually did not see that. I was not paying attention to that when I was watching the ball and trying to figure out who was taking it. Taking the free kicks. I'm not very comfortable with the Napoli lineup. I do know the Inter lineup because I've watched so many Inter Milan games. But Napoli, I'm still trying to get used to their names. All right, now 22nd minute. De Vrij in possession and goes over to Bastoni, who goes back to Handanovic, who slips it. It goes out. Oh my God! What an almost disaster at the back for Inter Milan. If there was a timeout that could be called in soccer, I think the coach Antonio Conte probably would have taken a timeout, because this was almost a complete giveaway in front of the goal to Politano, as Handanovic goes to cut back and he hits it off Politano's knee, and it falls luckily to the center back for Inter. But Napoli now in possession. Insigne goes to center it in, gets broken down but cut off by Mertens. Mertens over to Politano. Bastoni comes in, takes possession from Napoli, and Brozovic goes on a run for Inter Milan, who has numbers. It's kind of 5-on-5 right now and a good counterattack. Brozovic still in possession, goes over to Young in the wing, swings it in, almost finds Lukaku, but is broken up by the Napoli defender, Maximovic. Nick says, after watching the Bundesliga for a few weeks, I kind of missed the artificial crowd noise. Yeah, that I can't get behind that, though. It's really weird hearing the crowd noise, the fake crowd noise. 24th minute, Inter Milan in possession. Lots of space out on the switch for Ashley Young, but he takes all day to get it off and can't get the cross off. But all right, sorry about that. A little disconnection problem there. The stream took up a little bit too much memory, it looks like. But, we're back, and it's 1-0 Inter Milan, 1-1 on aggregate, and possession, trying to kind of steal away the thunder there from Napoli a little bit. All right, here Napoli still is in possession. Over to Elmas and Haisaj down the wing. Haisaj looking for somebody to pass it to. Can't find anybody because they're all covered by Inter Milan players. And now played out for a throw-in. So Napoli retains possession to have the throw in there. Dem, I think it's the first time I've said his name today. He gets kind of roughed up by an Inter player, but no foul called. He's been fairly quiet for Napoli. Now Napoli in possession here. Insigne with a horrible first touch, shoots from the top of the box and rolls harmlessly wide. Handanovic didn't even bother to go for it because he knew it was going wide. So Napoli not really getting much done here in this one. Inter Milan with the goal in today's match. And an interesting take here to see with Inter Milan kind of dominating the play in this matchup. Maybe it was the early goal. Maybe it's maybe it's the fact that they are the superior team talent-wise. But Inter's been pressuring for a while now, so I expect to see them probably take one here in the next couple of minutes to take the 2-0 lead today, and 2-1 lead on aggregate is kind of what I'm thinking. So here's a chance now into the box for Lukaku. Gets cleared away by Dem. As I just said, we haven't said his name much, and now the guy starts stepping up and making plays. So here, Napoli in possession, goes out of play for a throw-in for Inter Milan. Milan now with the possession, Skriniar at the back, kind of slowing things down for Inter, trying to build up that possession again that was so successful for them back in the beginning of the second half, or the beginning of the first half. Excuse me. Candreva now over to Barella. Barella goes for the switch out to Ashley Young, who looks to clear it in, but again takes his time and then goes back to Brozovic. And Brozovic back to Young. So Young at the top of the box sends the cross into Lukaku and forces a save out of Ospina, and he gets a paw on it to keep it out. It's just a matter of time right now. Inter is dominating this game. A great chance there from Lukaku, and a great save, diving save by Ospina, the goalkeeper for Napoli. So Candreva now and Eriksson playing some back and forth. The ball gets given away, and now in possession of Insigne, back in his own defensive third. Now here is Lukaku, the replay of Lukaku, and a strong hand there by Ospina to get that one, keep that one out of the net, because it was almost 2-0 for Inter. All right, now we at least have our internet issues seem to be a little bit better now, as the drop frames detected went from 90% to 50% down to 18%. So we're running a little bit better now. So hopefully we won't have any crazy internet issues. Gennaro Gattuso just looks like a deer in headlights right now, trying to figure out what he can do to turn his team around. Remember, in this age now of coronavirus, there is 5 substitutes in each game, so they've got some options to bring guys off of the bench if they need to. Nick says Lukaku looks like he's going to get one. He doesn't miss like that twice. Agreed. I think he probably will get one as 2 players collide, go down. The Napoli player and Inter player writhing around in pain. We might be seeing a replay of this here. I have no idea. I was looking at my phone talking to Nick here instead of watching the TV, so I don't know what happened as of yet, but looks like Ashley Young was a little bit late on that one. Di Lorenzo goes to play the ball, and I think it's a 50-50 ball. Maybe at worst a yellow card, maybe, but I don't see. All the Napoli players are yelling at the ref trying to get a red card, and looks like he might pull out a yellow on one of them if they don't stop. So there's a free kick for Napoli, and a cute little turn there by Mertens was just easily taken back by the Inter Milan player, as Skriniar now takes possession from Handanovic, the goalkeeper for Inter, as they play possession back at the back. Skriniar now over to Candreva, right on the touchline. Has a little bit of space and goes for the long switch over to Ashley Young. So Nick, it looks like you know about this Ashley Young since you were booing him earlier. I know he came from the Premier League. Where did he come from, and why are you booing him? Because I've heard a lot of bad things about him, and I'm wondering why Inter would pick up a player like that if he's that bad. So here in possession now is De Vrij. Goes over to Barella, who's been kind of coming back into that back line, trying to take some possession, and then they let Skriniar go up the right. He kind of forward passes it to Candreva. Candreva gets a cross in that's cleared out, and Skriniar was in the box in some attacking action there, and tries to take a shot, but that gets blocked away. And now it's back to the inner center halves for possession between De Vrij and Bastoni, who now go up to Brozovic. And again, Inter just building up that possession and waiting for the right time to attack. They've been very successful at that, creating chances so far today, and it's just a matter of time before they finally break that door down. But a bad pass there by De Vrij, and goes out for a throw-in for Napoli. All right, so Nick says Young came from Man United. Enough said. All right, well, I'd never heard of him before, and a lot of people were saying bad things about him. So here he is now in possession, goes back to Bastoni, who plays it back to Handanovic. Samir Handanovic was one of the top goalkeepers in the world for a long time. Still is. I think he's still in that category, but he's never kind of taken that step to be elite. And that's, I think, one of the downfalls for Inter is him just kind of not taking that next step to being elite. Maybe it's the team that he was on in the time that he was that he's been there. But that's my thoughts on Samir Handanovic as Napoli plays in possession here. Here is Dem. Goes back to the keeper, Ospina, who had a nice save there on Lukaku. And now Hisaj in possession, looking for something in the middle of the park. And De Vrij just runs over, I think it was Mertens maybe? Yeah, it was Mertens, and a yellow card there to De Vrij. So he's on a yellow. Ashley Young is on a yellow. So 2 yellow cards for Inter Milan, especially now to their center back. That can cause problems because now he's going to be playing a little bit lighter. I mean, he just ran right through Mertens. I mean, he was that poor little dude doesn't stand a chance against a guy like De Vrij. So a good professional foul, because I guarantee you he's going to be looking behind him the rest of the game, Mertens, because he crushed him. So that should bode well for both teams, I think. I think Napoli kind of, now the ref is saying, let's get this under control. Conte is screaming at the ref's screaming back at Conte. The manager for Inter, I think the back-to-back yellow cards over the last couple of minutes is probably what's got Conte a little flipped, but, it is what it is. His players deserved them. So here comes Napoli now in possession into their attacking half. Insigne goes into the middle to Mertens. Mertens takes a long curler from outside the box that misses wide. Definitely not much of a chance out of that one, but better than what they've gotten so far all day. From about 22, 24 yards out, misses by about 6 feet, 8 feet. So Handanovic wasn't even worried about it. Thanks again for joining us here on this live stream reaction. Really appreciate you guys jumping on and watching with us here, Sons of a Pitch, an American soccer podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below to never miss any of our awesome soccer content. We usually delve in MLS, but because MLS is not back yet, we are definitely looking at other leagues around the world and having some fun with these live streams. So thanks for joining. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Those are our social media platforms, and have some conversations about soccer with us. We love talking about the sport with everyone. So again, thanks for joining. Here is Brozovic in the midfield for Inter. Goes out wide to Skriniar. Skriniar up to Candreva. And Lukaku, the man is just a beast. Passes the ball into Candreva, who's through. And is he going to take the shot? He takes the shot, and another big left-handed save by Ospina. He must be a lefty because, man, he's made 2 great saves there. A very, very good save on this one. Again, with the left paw. So I think that might be his favorite. Maybe he's a lefty. I don't know. But Candreva with a good shot, forcing a good save from Ospina. He definitely did have some options to cross the ball, but I don't know if the crosses would have made it in. So a corner kick here for Eriksson standing over it. Candreva comes up to take it close with him. As they do go short to Candreva. Candreva goes out to Barella with a nice swinging in cross, but he does not get it. But Lautaro Martinez takes a shot from the top of the box, turnaround shot, and that one is saved and then played quickly. Insigne tries to jump in front, and there's the goal for Napoli. A beautiful play. Wow. Insigne over to Mertens, and as I was saying, that Inter with all the pressure, boom, one quick counter, and it is 2-1 now for Napoli in aggregate. 1-1. A great pass up to Insigne, who was trying to draw the penalty once he got inside the box, and just dished it over to Mertens on the other side, who was wide open. Ospina is your man of the match right now for Napoli. He has made save after save after save, and Ashley Young, what the hell he was doing, I have no idea. So Nick, there you go, spot on there with that. I don't think he's any good at all. So got to change this scoreboard now, and figure the changes of what we've got here. But 2-1 on aggregate now for Napoli, back in the lead. Again, that would change things a little bit if Inter does get a goal back. But right now, it's 1-1 in this game and 2-1 on aggregate. Let me just change that up. And now the scoreboard as well. All right, scoreboard now for Inter and Napoli, 1-1 on this one. All right. Now we've got 4 shots on goal for Inter and 1 for Napoli, and nothing there for Handanovic as far as saves go, and just great saves made by Ospina on the other end. So here comes Napoli again, broken up in the middle by De Vrij, but Insigne with possession down to Haisage. And will that goal be a game changer right before the half? We're talking 40th minute, 41st minute when that goal went in. So that could be a game changer for halftime. As the ref goes off and gets some spray. I don't know if maybe he pulled his hammy or something. The refs are out of shape too. Looks like he got on his high horse there to see that big-time counterattack, which was just a great play by Napoli. Well-deserved goal there on the counter. And here they come again as Ashley Young cuts it off and hits it back to Handanovic. So now Napoli kind of taking over a little bit of the momentum. A couple minutes from halftime, 2-1 on aggregate, and 1-1 in this matchup. So here is Napoli with possession out on the flank. Goes back to the center back, Maximovic. And we got Eglon Fernandez says draw. All right, so he's thinking a draw in this one. I could see it happening for sure. But, you never know. There's still a lot of time left. Bastoni now. Looks like there's an offside on Napoli. All right, so those of you who have joined us, we're almost at the half, 45th minute, just ticking into it now, and we appreciate you jumping on and watching with us. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also hit the like so that it helps this stream show up more higher in the search results as well. So thank you guys for doing that. Here's Kendreva, centers it in. Oh man, just gets away from Ashley Young as it was deflected at the last second by the Napoli player. So Inter trying to come back and put some more pressure on here. Looks like Bastoni up to Brozovic. Brozovic looking for Ashley Young. And be interesting to see how much stoppage time we get here. I'm thinking probably 2 minutes with the 2 goals. But I could be wrong. Could just be 1 minute as well. So here is De Vrij in possession. Goes up to Eriksson, who goes wide to Brozovic down the left-hand side. Lautaro Martinez, a 1-2 with him. Now Lukaku with a 1-2. And it's shielded out by Koulibaly. And then goes out for a goal kick. So again, they show the replay. Insigne streaking down the left-hand side. Ospina with the long kick out to him right on the money. Insigne gets into the box and steps back to try and draw the penalty. Ashley Young comes over to help and leaves Mertens wide open on the other side. And just like that, Napoli, who has had nothing in this match, gets that goal to take the lead back in aggregate 2-1. So 1 minute of stoppage time. We're about 30 seconds of that done. So thanks. Nick says, hope that's coffee in your official SOP mug. Yeah, Nick. Actually, it is Coke Zero. I already had 3 cups of coffee today, and no alcohol yet. A little too early for that for me. But we're almost at halftime. You guys can pick up this mug at our on our website, sonsofapitch.redbubble.com. We'll put that advertisement up there during halftime, towards the end of halftime. Do not leave us. We'll be back to do the second half here as the referee gets ready to blow the whistle, and he does. And so the players start heading off the pitch. So, halftime it is. Thanks for joining us here in the first half. We'll be back in about 15-20 minutes to start the second half, and we'll see you guys then. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, we're back from the halftime break. The players are making their way out onto the field right now. Substitutes hanging out with their masks down around their chins, out there playing a little bit of soccer in the field. So halftime is now done. Something a little concerning to me. So our view numbers so far have been decent, and we only got 3 subscribers so far in this first half. So if you're watching, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. We need more than 3 subscribers in the first half of a Coppa Italia Semi Final second leg, where we've had thousands of views already. So get on it, hit that subscribe button down below, and get yourself entered into our 1,000 subscriber challenge here. We are doing that. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram as well, and you'll be entered into that drawing for at least a $250 gift card. So get on it and do that now. Anyways, back to the game at hand. What is mostly important is the first half ends 1-1. Napoli gets back into the match that was controlled by Inter Milan in the first half. Just a complete domination by Inter until that last second heroics by Ospina, who made a great save and then gets the ball and throws it up the field to a streaking Lorenzo Insigne, and boom, just like that, Inter defense plays it badly, and it's 1-1 in the game right now, and 2-1 on aggregate for this match. So interesting finish ahead, that is for sure, because with the away goal rule, if Inter is to pull off another goal, that would tie it on aggregate 2-2, and then at that point it would go to Inter with the away goals. So Napoli would need to score again in order to take that lead back, so to say. So they've got the lead on aggregate at this moment. So far in this one, we've got through ESPN. There's some stats that we have, as well as looking to see if any subs got used as of yet, but I don't believe so. But a good match so far for this one, as looks like over in Spain they're back playing as well. Mallorca and Barcelona are playing right now as well, just kicking off. But we're focused here on the Serie A today, and we are focused on MLS every other day, that's for sure. We're definitely an MLS soccer podcast, an American soccer podcast, but we're getting ready to get back underway for Napoli and Inter Milan here in the second half of the second leg. And the ref has blown the whistle, and we are back underway. The last quarter, so to say, of this 2-leg tie that has been over, it's been a total of 3 months now in the making here, to see who's going to face off against Juventus for a chance at the Coppa Italia. And that is going to be on Wednesday, the June 17th, I believe. So it's only 4 days away, a quick turnaround for both of these clubs, but they're well rested. They have not played competitive soccer in over 3 months. So a foul there on Lautaro Martinez, who, if Inter can get him going a little bit more, good luck to Napoli, because he's been pretty much silent in this match. He's had like one shot that I don't even think was on goal. So if he can get into this one, that is going to make a big big difference for this Inter Milan side, who was really strictly running through Lukaku up top, and he was even doing well and forced Ospina into some good saves. But again, you need the luck, and right now that has not been going Inter's way. So here we go, 47th minute, Samir Handanovic building up possession with Brozovic and Bastoni at the back, looking to kind of build up that possession like they did in the first half. That was kind of the way that they rolled in the first half, was kind of build up that possession at the back and then push forward when the opportunity arose, and had some good possession through Candreva down on the wings, who's had a good game for Inter. Lukaku is for Inter, the same with who still is the goal scorer as of right now of record for Inter's first goal. So they are giving that one to him. Here is Brozovic, plays it back to Skriniar. Skriniar up to Eriksson, who looks to pass the ball up, gets deflected by Napoli, but Lautaro Martinez comes back to head it back to Bastoni. Now down to Ashley Young over on the left-hand side. Cuts back to the middle to Eriksson, who gets his pocket picked by Napoli, by Mertens, the goal scorer for Napoli. And now a foul on Eriksson, as he just reaches onto his shoulder and pushes him down. And Mertens definitely went down nice and easy on that one. All right, so a little break here, a little bit of slowing down from Napoli, trying to kind of just play it, take their time before they play it up. Looks like there was a substitution coming up for Napoli, as one of the players for them is wrapping up their shin guards. Couple comments there during halftime. We had Daniel Riccia Baker, Skronia Barapa, and Gasman Eriksson rocks. Nick jumps in and says Eriksson's look good. If he and Lukaku get in sync, lots of goals. Agreed. That no doubt about that one. So Ashley Young gets pushed down to the ground there, and going to be a free kick for Inter. Bastoni steps up and blasts it up the field. The center back for Napoli comes down with possession of that. And Bastoni now in possession after he takes his guy down. Now the referee's going to let him play a little bit more. And as I say that, he calls a foul on Napoli against Lukaku, who went down. So looks like maybe going to open things up a little bit more, because it is the second half of the second leg of a cup tie, especially a semifinal like this. So here's Eriksson. Gets 3 Napoli blue shirts on him, but still finds the ball back. Nicola Barella. I want to see Sensi. Stefano Sensi, I believe is his first name, Stefano. But I really want to see him come in and work some magic. He's a really diminutive little dude that can just get through some tight spaces. So that's my pick for the first sub for Inter. I don't know if we'll see that happen, but Inter, again, sitting on 2 yellow cards in this one. They've got De Vrij, the center back, as well as Ashley Young on yellows. So here is Inter kind of building up some possession in the attacking third, trying to get forward. Bastoni over to Brozovic. Brozovic to Martinez. Tries to slot it through to Lukaku, but broken up by Napoli. But only as far as De Vrij. And Barella hits it back down to Candreva, who slides a ball into Lukaku just at the edge of the 18. Goes back to Candreva, trying to get a running header there from Lautaro Martinez, and nothing happens. But a shot from Brozovic outside the box, and another decent save by Ospina. Not his best of the night, because he's made some really spectacular saves, but overall a decent save at that, as it was deflected slightly off of Eriksson, the back of Eriksson's calf. So Napoli now in possession. Mertens, the goal scorer, goes out wide to number 21, Politano, who tries to cut back into the center, but that's broken up by Bastoni, but only as far as, I can't tell who that is because he's laying down on the ground. Looks like Di Lorenzo, and the foul is called there on Bastoni. All right, Nick, did I watch any of Juve and AC Milan? I actually I did. I watched the first probably 30 minutes or so. and saw that AC Milan got their guy sent off, and it was an extremely boring game. And so I just turned it off and then watched the rest of it this morning to see what happened so I could talk about it in this live stream reaction. There was nothing going on in that game at all other than the Cristiano Ronaldo missed penalty, which of course was like seconds before the red card to Milan. So Juve, though, in the next game, I think they're just kind of wearing the rust off a little bit, and I think it's going to be a fantastic matchup, whoever it is, if it's Napoli or Inter Milan in that cup final on Wednesday. Depending on work schedules, maybe I can do a live stream reaction. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But now Ashley Young throws the ball back to Bastoni at the halfway mark, who goes back to De Vrij, and Inter Milan again holding that possession. Just getting more and more possession as we see now. He slides the ball over to Skriniar. Skriniar over to Kendreva. Kendreva takes a long, deep ball towards the middle, but it's broken up by Napoli, and it looks like it is Dem who's in possession, but gives it away to Brozovic. A great play. He's got Lautaro on the wing, and he goes into the middle to try and take another shot, and he gets his pocket picked by the 3 Napoli players who were waiting for him, and 0 Napoli players were on Lautaro Martinez, one of the best young strikers in the world. Very big missed opportunity there for Brozovic and Inter Milan. Brozovic has not really impressed me much today. He is on the ball a lot. He's getting a lot of action, but none of his stuff is going anywhere. His dribbles are getting cut off. His shots are going wide and not even troubling the keeper. So that might be a substitute that Antonio Conte might like to use at some point. Maybe bring in Sensi for him and kind of push him a little bit more forward. Here, as we speak, Napoli starts to push forward a little bit. Lorenzo Insigne in possession switches the ball over to Giovanni Di Lorenzo, who goes into Mertens, who tries to center the ball back, and Insigne with the shot, and it goes just wide. Not a bad shot there. Just wide on that one. So Napoli with another goal, that would help them big time to really push through to kind of take that 3-1 lead on aggregate. That would force Inter to score 2 goals. And I don't know if they can do that because they haven't been able to finish today, and Ospina has been on fire for Napoli. All right, Ashley Young in possession for Inter. Inter Milan still in possession is De Vrij, who sends a long ball up to Lautaro Martinez, but it misses him and goes all the way to the Napoli keeper, who has been the best player of the game. Nick says, is it me or is Napoli growing more confident? Insigne might have a goal in him today. He might. They're definitely a little more confident because Inter is not finishing their chances. That, I think, is when you get a team like that sitting back on them and letting them have that possession in the midfield, and then they can't bury their chances, that definitely grows a team's confidence, especially when they're leading an aggregate on a 2-leg series. But they can't grow too much confidence because if they do, then and Inter scores, then that's going to be bad news for them, as Inter would then grow through on the away goals. Here's Merton that's outside the top of the box, gets blocked off of Ashley Young and out for a corner kick. So Napoli now with a little bit of that confidence there, building up some pressure and possession in the attack. So Handanovic setting up his defenders. Looks like Politano is heading over to the corner to take it. Lautaro Martinez seems gassed, which is surprising out of a young kid. At his age, I think he's 19 or 20 years old. Mertens looks pretty gassed too. Maybe it's got to be the break. The 3-month layoff has hurt these guys for sure. Here's the corner kick from Politano. Goes to the back post, and the Inter players just make a hash of it as they both go for it, miss it. It goes off the one guy's. This might be a handball, actually. His hands in it. I mean, I don't know. De Vrij, I could see this being called. As why he's holding his arm out like that, I don't know. But that's something that VAR might want to take a look at. Sounds like he's talking to the referee. The referee's got play held up right now. And he screams goal kick and let's go. So, or corner kick. which in comes the corner, and it is cleared out by Inter Milan. So Napoli now having a bit more time on the attack. Ashley Young with the header clearance up to Lautaro Martinez, who gets the handball call, and now Inter will have a free kick. As Mertens for Napoli holds his hands up like I was just defending my face, which he was. Fair enough. Here comes Inter down the right-hand side. Kendreva, who's much more quiet in this half, sends the cross in. It goes out for a corner kick. So we've got a corner now. Looks like it went off a hiatus. And now Inter with a chance from a corner. Again, very dangerous when you've got guys like De Vrij and Skriniar and Romelu Lukaku up there. Lots of size. Bastoni's extremely tall as well. So we'll see here. He's taking the corner, floats up. Skriniar tries to get his head to it. It goes deflected out and over. Brozovic starts to chase it, but the referee calls a foul on Inter back inside the box. So Inter shot and no trouble at all for Ospina. Right into his chest and covered well. All right, so now we're looks like we're dropping some more frames now, but we've got that medium stream back. Here is a throw-in now for Napoli. Napoli takes it in. Ashley Young playing some strong defense, gets deflected up, and Inter now in possession, but only as far as the Napoli player, number 19, Maximovic. And Dem plays it over to Koulibaly. And Lukaku chases him down, but no such luck. Insigne shoots the ball up to Mertens, but it's cleared out by the Inter defender, De Vrij, who is he's struggling out there. He is hurting. He's gasping for air. So definitely this layoff is getting to these guys. So I hope if there is stoppage or extra time somehow, some way, which actually there can't be extra time now because it's 1-1. So that is not a possibility. Either way, there's going to be a winner at the 90-minute mark, which is only 30 minutes plus away. And right now, it looks like that's going to be Napoli with kind of how they're handling things. They set things up nicely here for a corner kick, and it will be Insigne who plays it short. And Napoli looking to get something into the box. They go to the center and back, and then float a ball in that gets cleared away, by Brozovic. Brozovic goes back to Skriniar. Skriniar up to Brozovic. And now they finally switch the ball out wide to Ashley Young. He goes up to Christian Eriksen. Eriksen back to Young, as Inter just kind of look lost out there right now. They can't seem to get anything going. This is a team who completely dominated the first half and was that should have scored on multiple occasions. But those saves of Ospina for Napoli were huge. Here's Skriniar taking a cross into the center, easily cleared away by Koulibaly. And now Inter comes in again, but cleared out again by Koulibaly. So Napoli looking stronger at the back, stronger in possession. Inter just kind of seem a little bit off. They look like they're wearing down a little bit. And here's a nice through ball for Dem, but it goes all the way to De Vrij, who cuts it off. Goes to Handanovic, who almost gives it away. But it is Inter in possession right now. So Inter, again, with their short passing, they can't really seem to get anything going. They get this possession, but once they hit the attacking third, things fall apart, sometimes even in the midfield. Brozovic now up to Lautaro Martinez, who's trying to work some magic, gets pushed down from behind, and there's a foul on the Napoli player. Free kick that's almost by the end line, so it's not much of a crazy position for them here in the 62nd minute. All right, Ricardo S. Put the game. None. None wants to see you, bro. Well, then go to another channel. We're not putting the game on here. We're talking about it, and not getting kicked off of YouTube and blocked for for you guys to see a stream of the game. We already did that once, and that happened. So I'll tell you what's going on if you can't find a screen of the game. Let's see. Where can I see the game so I can leave this place? So you sound like a nice guy. Here's a shot in by Inter Milan, and it gets headed away by Napoli. Napoli now trying to maybe take something off on the counter, but Brozovic intercepts for Inter Milan, who goes back to Ashley Young. And looks like the first sub of the game is getting ready there for Napoli. It looks like Jose Callejon is getting ready to come into this match. Now De Vries in possession over to Brozovic. That's kind of the only thing Inter can really get going right now is the center backs kicking the ball to Brozovic, who then goes back to the center backs and can't really get anything more further forward. Lukaku comes out, plays the 1-2. Now Bastoni in with a cross that gets easily cleared away at the near post. That's the second cross in as many tries for Inter Milan that has been done by one of their center backs. Bastoni just down the left-hand side, and it was Skriniar a minute ago down the right-hand side. When your center backs are supplying the service into Lukaku and Martinez, good luck. You're not getting anywhere. You're probably not going to score any goals when you're doing that. Even though those guys are fantastic center backs, here comes Insigne down the left-hand side, working with Mertens, who they seem to have some really good chemistry. Takes a shot, and it's an easy save for Handanovic. Nick says, game is on ESPN Plus here in the U.S. And Inter continues on in possession. Brozovic to Eriksson, back to Bastoni. And the small passes continue and continue. So Inter with a lot of possession here, but possession is not going to win you a game. There's 30 minutes left. Inter need to score to advance. If Napoli scores one more, this baby is pretty much done because I can't see Inter scoring twice. So Inter's going to have to hold off the counter of Napoli and really put some fire towards the net here as the ball goes into Lukaku and goes out for a goal kick. So Lukaku messed that one up. He admits it and gave the thumbs up for the ball in. Now, we'll see. Here comes the substitutes now. Number 7, as I mentioned, Callejon was coming on. He comes on, looks for Politano. And then they have another substitution as well. Number 8, Fabian Ruiz comes into the match for someone over here. Comes into the match for Eligif Elmas, who kind of had that own goal that they gave to Christian Eriksen on that corner kick for Inter's lone goal in this tie here through 150 minutes. 150 or 160? Yeah, 150 minutes. Doing my math is getting me messed up in the head. Ospina with a giveaway to Candreva. Candreva goes in, and it falls to Lukaku, who tries to cut back, but it's broken up nicely by Napoli, who have looked fairly strong at the back since the first 40 minutes or so, where Inter was doing a lot of damage, getting a lot of good chances, and now since then it's been very few chances for Inter, and that Napoli defense has looked very good. So a foul on Lautaro Martinez as Napoli was trying to break. No cards given out, but a decent chance here for Napoli that the foul came through. It was actually on Skriniar as he was running back. All right, H. Huss is on. All right, H. Huss, we've had you on here before. Thanks for jumping on. Whereabouts from Toronto are you from? I am I was born in Toronto, but I lived out in Mississauga. So Grew up there for a few years before I moved down to Florida, and then from Florida onto Chicagoland area here. But Mississauga, Port Credit actually was where just a part there in Mississauga. But Port Credit is where I was from, and So whereabouts are you from, H Huss? I can't remember where you were at, but thanks again for jumping on with us. Napoli here in possession. Mertens outside the box. Skriniar screaming at the ref instead of playing the game. And apparently the Inter player is down. Not sure who that is. Looks like it's Barella. He is running around like he's dying. So that usually means he's faking. No, maybe not. That looked... it was the trailing leg from Fabian, who just came into the match. And looked like he might have bent it back, rolled his ankle a little bit, something like that. So Barella seems to be in a bit of pain, but again, it's soccer. You never know until they're either off on a stretcher and can't come back, or they just get up and start running again. So the referee stopped the play, and Insignia's pretty pissed about it, and I agree with him. They had an offensive chance, and the ref blew the whistle at him to stop the play. And looks like there's Barella. He's up. So again, the laying around, flapping on the ground like he was gonna die. He's up on his feet. So no broken ankles, no torn ligaments, or so we think. And it looks like he'll be back on fine, unless he's being substituted anyway, which I could see being a possibility, because he's been one that I've been thinking should be getting off the pitch for a while now. H-Hots from New York. All right, good stuff, New York. We've got a few viewers here from New York, so thanks for jumping on with us. Here is Skriniar, boots it back up the field to Napoli. The fair play coming in to play. And now all the way back to Ospina, who had a beautiful second assist if they gave him out in Italian soccer, which I do not believe they do. I think only in MLS. But great pass up the field to Insignia, who cut back and passed it over to Mertens, who got the ball past Handanovic to give Napoli the 2-1 lead on aggregate back in the 41st minute in the first half. So Bastoni in possession for Inter, goes back to De Vrij. De Vrij up to Bastoni. Bastoni to Barella, who seems to be perfectly fine. Now, after he gives the ball away, he starts to hobble a little bit and then goes right back to just jogging fine again. De Vrij hits the ball over the top to Candreva with a great pull down, and they're going to call offside. The flag is up. They're calling offside. I'm not sure why, but that was pretty even, but I think he was leaning. Right call there by the ref. He was off. And then H. Huss says, do you rate Lukaku? I do. Beginning of this live stream reaction, I was talking a little bit about him. He's basically, for MLS fans, he's kind of very similar to Josie Altidore, but Lukaku is the best in the world and isn't injured all the time like Josie Altidore is, and scores more than Josie Altidore does. So same type of physical play, though, a beast of a man. Just 6 foot plus, just an absolute muscular. Like he can handle any defensive center back in the world, I think. And so I think he's a hell of a player. Nick says Lukaku was world class in EPL. Haven't watched him in Serie A. I've been watching him in Serie A, and he's been I think even better than in the EPL, is at least what the announcers have been saying. So he's been on fire for Inter since he came over last summer and before this season started. So here is De Vrij now back in possession. 20 minutes left in this one. 71st minute. 20 minutes plus stoppage time. What is going to happen here? Lukaku in possession, a shot out wide by Barella, and it goes out for a Napoli throw-in. So we're at 70 minutes. Inter has not made any substitutions yet. I would think it's about that time now, because they need to do something, because this team is in here. As I say it, Alexis Sanchez comes in. Now, he's another guy who has come over from he comes on for Candreva, and he came into this team and really hasn't done anything for Inter. I think he's well past his prime. Let's see. We got H. Huss. I remember listening to a podcast of what non-soccer country would most likely win a World Cup first. Japan was what everyone said. He agrees. That's a good possibility. I could see that happening for sure. This ball goes out of play for an Inter Milan corner kick. Christian Eriksen gets the ball. Alexis Sanchez now into the match. He is in for Candreva. And looks like we have another substitution as well for Inter getting ready to come in. Here's the corner. Near post cleared out for another corner kick by Di Lorenzo from Napoli. So here's some sustained pressure now. A couple back-to-back corners for Inter Milan. Maybe they can start to turn things around and get them a goal here to take the lead. Here's another corner there. Goes in and easily cleared out by Napoli. Alexis Sanchez goes to chase it, but lets it go out for the throw-in. Number 11, Victor Moses, comes on for Inter Milan. He came on for Candreva. Baraghi, Baraghi coming into the match as well. So that's another interesting name to come out off the bench for Inter Milan, who again is still in possession. I think that's going to be the theme of the next 22, 23 minutes or so. I expect about 3 minutes of stoppage time, probably 4 maybe. And so we're going to see, here's Insigne trying to make a run. He's made some good runs here as he trips and slips, falls down, and then it's cleared out by Napoli. And the ref is given a corner. Maybe there was a slight deflection on that play. I think he's given a corner here, which is interesting. And, yep, it looks like that's what he's doing. Handanovic can't seem to figure it out. The Inter players can't seem to figure it out. But it's a corner kick for Napoli. 74th minute. As they take their sweet little time to take this corner. Of course, some pushing and shoving inside the box. And we might have another substitution now in. Looks like a center back for Mertens comes off. And it looks like, it's going to be a center back that comes in. Malik comes in. So, yep, that nice towering tall guy there. So that's obviously the game plan for Napoli as they get a punch out from Handanovic and then back into the box by Napoli, crossed off and right off of Malik as he gets into the game. A shot off of him flies right back to Handanovic, and Inter go on the attack. All right, now here comes Eriksen. Eriksen over to Barella, who, after Inter reviews 3 substitutions, he is still in the match after his horrible little injury there. Moses back to Sanchez. Sanchez with the shot, and it just goes wide. As I was just talking all kinds of smack about Alexis Sanchez, he almost gives Inter the lead. As a great pass by the substitute Moses, and it goes wide by maybe a foot or two. So good chance there for Inter. Maybe they can use that to build some momentum there. Great, lots of power in that shot from Sanchez as he, was running to his right and falls over. All right, here's De Vrij. Napoli intercept and have possession. Sanil Radejas, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate that. Definitely appreciate the subscriptions coming in. So if you're watching and haven't done so already, and you're not Ricardo S, I don't think Ricardo S wants to give us a subscription here since he doesn't like looking at me talking about the games. But thanks for joining. Thanks for subscribing. Find us on our social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, and get yourself involved in our 1,000 YouTube subscriber challenge. subscribe to us on YouTube, find us on our social media, and you will be entered in to a drawing if we reach 1,000 subscribers by July 29th. And we go from there. So Eriksson stands over a free kick for Inter, gets ready to take it, and he steps up to take the shot, and a great shot on that, and another save by Ospina. My goodness, Ospina is just unbelievable. He has just been on top of his game today. Man of the match, no doubt. Just a great save from him. And Eriksson's kind of shaking his head on that one. Definitely another opportunity for Inter Milan. All right, now we see Inter back in possession. Bastoni holding the ball up, goes over to Barella. Barella looks like he's trying to get something in the middle, and Skriniar goes to make a run, but he gets cut off, and Insigne plays the ball out of play for looks like a throw in there. Oh, it goes off the Inter player for a Napoli throw. So Napoli in possession here. So we've had a few substitutions in this one. Substitutions for Inter. You have Baraki on for Ashley Young, Victor Moses on for Candreva and Alexis, Sanchez on for Lautaro Martinez. Then you've got for Napoli, they've used 3 substitutions as well. Fabian Ruiz comes in for Eljif Elmas. Milik comes in for Mertens, and Callejon for Politano. So here's a chance now for Brozovic. He goes out wide to Moses. Moses goes over the top to a back running. Oh, Biraghi had a chance to put that one in the back of the net. A great chance for Inter again. We're in for an exciting finish here, folks. This is going to be a good finish. Inter is really putting their pedal, down to the floor, pedal to the metal, trying to get that goal, which would send them through to the final if they do get that goal and don't give one up. So Biraghi's got to do better with that one. They might have called a foul on the onrushing player, which I believe they did, but still a great chance for Inter. So Napoli taking their time. Goalkeeper Ospina just gets a friendly warning from the referee. And actually that friendly warning turned into a yellow card. So he will miss the next match, which will be the Coppa Italia final. So the guy who is probably stonewalled Inter Milan from getting to the Coppa Italia final, if Napoli gets there, he's not even going to be able to play against Juventus. So for a little bit of time wasting, he's got to be more on top of it for that one and understand that he's on that last yellow. Here comes Napoli through Insigne. He goes down his famous run down there, down the left-hand side, passes it over to Callejon. They go switch back, but Skriniar heads it away. And Napoli holds possession right at the touchline there, almost right up to the halfway mark. Lukaku directing Christian Eriksen, trying to get him into good positions to make some interceptions. They switch over to the other side. Di Lorenzo in possession, blows right by Biraghi. And now Napoli seems to be kind of putting some pressure on themselves. A shot goes wide, doesn't even bother Handanovic. And now Inter with 10 minutes plus stoppage time to get something going here, get another goal. Again, Sinel Redejas, thank you for subscribing all the way from Croatia. Awesome. Thank you for jumping into the party here. Appreciate you following us along for all of our awesome soccer content. Here comes Inter again. We've got Bastoni over to Brozovic. Brozovic into Eriksson. Eriksson goes back to Bastoni, and Inter cannot be hanging out here waiting all day long, taking their precious little time back at the back like it was the 30th minute. Here goes out wide to Victor Moses. Plays back to Skriniar. Skriniar over to Bastoni as they're pretty much in the attacking third. I mean, this is all Inter at the moment, and it gets picked off easily by the substitute for Napoli, Fabian Ruiz. as he goes on a nice little run that Biraghi steps back and cuts off. Lukaku making a run, as well as Alexis Sanchez. He decides not to make a pass, but he goes to Lukaku playing a 1-2, cuts back to Alexis Sanchez, who takes all day, a shot from Eriksen, and a save by Ospina. Oh my God! A huge save by Ospina, and then Eriksen with a follow-up, and it goes wide. That was the chance for Inter, and again, denied by the goalkeeper for Napoli, Ospina. I kind of got to give it to Napoli here in Ospina. Part of me hopes he does get the victory because, wow, he deserves it. I mean, he has made save after save after save after save, and on great saves at that. They're not just your run-of-the-mill, shots from 25 yards out that he just easily catches onto. Pretty much like Handanovic saves today. Handanovic has not had to make any tough saves. The one that would have been a tough save got past him, and Ospina has done extremely well. So Inter builds back up again from where they are. Alexis Sanchez goes all the way back to Skriniar. Skriniar to Brozovic. Brozovic back to Skriniar, who goes down the wing to Moses. Moses trying to cut back inside, goes back to Skriniar. And who will that last substitute be, or the last two substitutes be for each of these clubs? Here's a nice ball into Barella. Barella gives it right off to Fabian Ruiz, who's played extremely well defensively since he's come onto the pitch for Napoli. I think that's probably his third or fourth interception of a key pass so far since he came on just a couple minutes ago. So Bastoni now under pressure by Malik, and we call a foul. Bastoni plays it quick over to Eriksen, who was behind him, and Eriksen looks for some space, goes over to Brozovic. Brozovic is going to go out wide to Moses, telegraphs it all day long. Moses, who's looked pretty good since he came on. Eriksen back to Skriniar, over to De Vrij, trying to get a little bit of a switch on to Bastoni, but they're taking too long. Trying to build something up here for Inter. We've got just over, probably, I would say, 10 minutes left for Inter Milan. Maybe one, maybe two really good chances left in them in their 10 minutes. Here's Sanchez, plays it back to Brozovic. Biraghi calling for it down the left-hand side. A header to Lukaku, and it goes over. The cross was a little too low for Lukaku. Yep, Nick says it. Ospina, man of the match. No doubt, Nick. For sure. Here comes a substitute for Napoli. Peter Zielinski is coming off, and Allen is coming on for him. And who else is coming on? Looks like Insigne is coming off, which is a surprising move, and Younes comes on for Napoli. Amin Younes. You know what? It makes sense to take Insigne off. We're really kind of just hoping to try and not give something up in this last few minutes. But I'll tell you, if Inter does put one away, they're going to be really pissed. And Insigne is not out there creating these dangerous runs like he had been all day. However, Malik does get a chance here to get past De Vrij, but he recovers nicely to put it out for a throw-in. A dangerous tackle for a man on a yellow card, that's for sure. And here's the throw-in by Di Lorenzo. And now out for a Inter throw. All right, Victor Moses with a give and go back to Skriniar. Skriniar plays it back to Handanovic, who really doesn't have any options, so he has to boot it up the field with his left foot, and that's intercepted nicely by Napoli. But Skriniar comes back into possession for Inter as they look to get something out of this game, out of this match. They want to play again on Wednesday before their Serie A campaign starts. 86th minute. Brozovic now in possession to Bastoni, who's moved a little bit more forward. Goes back to Brozovic. Brozovic all the way over to De Vrij, or Skriniar, excuse me. Skriniar back to De Vrij, and Inter Milan is probably not going to get anything done here with all of this back passing that's been going on. As they wait just a little bit too long, I think, for these last couple subs. Looks like Sensi's going to come on for Inter, as well as Ranocchia. So Andrea Ranocchia, I'm guessing the tall center back in case there's a set piece. But also Stefano Sensi, he can create things in that midfield, but he usually takes a few minutes to get into the game, from what I've seen. So hopefully he gets things back, gets something going for Inter, as Lukaku now in possession gets broken up there by the defender for Napoli. And Lukaku's on his horse, man. He's hustling in this game. He really is. Christian Eriksen battles with Lukaku, and they take the ball back for Inter. Brozovic now tries to switch over to the left-hand side. Biraghi, who came on the substitute, stands over it. Bastoni has gone extremely far out, or up top. And then you've got Brozovic goes all the way back to De Vrij, who goes over to the other side. And Skriniar, bad touch. He goes back to De Vrij, and Antonio Conte's just got to be saying, knock this damn ball out or something. As there's a foul on Di Lorenzo there, so Napoli will have a free kick, and we will see these last two substitutions. A yellow card comes out for the keeper, Ospina. That's why they were just showing that over again. That was earlier in the game. So De Vrij comes out. He was sitting on the yellow for Ranocchia, who's looking a little bit older. Man, I remember when that kid came up with Inter. Now, Eriksen comes off as well for Sensi. I like the move to put Sensi in, but why wait till the 88th minute to do so, Antonio Conte? That's a poor move when you got 5 substitutions. So here's Lukaku over to Moses. Moses going down the right-hand side, gets pushed out of the way by the Napoli player, and they call a foul on Moses. Okay, so the foul there on Inter. Aguilan, who's been right with us since the beginning, Aguilan Fernandez, if Napoli goes to the final, they will surely beat Juve. Yeah, that's a bold statement there, sir. That's a team that doesn't have their goalkeeper now, unless Ospina isn't their starting goalkeeper. Based on his, it looks like Alex Moret might be their starting keeper, so he'll be forced into action for that final because Ospina will be out. But Napoli against Juve will be a great match, for sure. It won't be the Derby d'Italia between Inter and Juve, but Napoli should throw a good fight up against Juve for sure. So Barella still on the pitch. He was the one writhing in a few minutes ago, and he seems to be perfectly fine. Here comes Napoli just kind of playing some soft possession, and Ranocchia blasts the ball up the field with no point because Lukaku's got 3 guys on him. Goes all the way back now to Handanovic, up to Ranocchia. Ranocchia over to Bastoni, and they rush a little bit quicker. So how much stoppage time is going to be out there? Let us know in the comments down below how much stoppage time you think you will see. I'm thinking we'll see about 3 minutes, a little bit of home cooking for Napoli. That usually always seems to go that way, doesn't it? And here comes Sensi. Looks like Barella. It was Barella, as he's hurt again. And now gathering their thoughts over in the attacking third again. Brozovic looking for a long cross. Strikers make the run, but he does not cross it in. Sanchez from way outside the box, switches over to Moses as he heads back to Barella because they really can't seem to break down Napoli, who have every single player behind the ball right now. So here's Sanchez in the middle. He cuts one way, cuts the other way, trying to get around. Biraghi trying to get a cross in, but there's just too many blue shirts in the box. Brozovic now in possession. 5 minutes of stoppage time. That's surprising. I really did not see 5 minutes of stoppage time. I'm guessing maybe because of the new rules with all the new substitutions. That's why we're doing that. But that seems like a lot of stoppage time for this match. So no home cooking for Napoli there. Sensi with possession goes back to Ranocchia. Ranocchia pulls it back. He's on his horse trying to get things moving a little bit quicker. 91st minute, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this match for Inter, barring any other crazy stoppages that would have them go on. Can they find a winner in stoppage time, or will they succumb to the great saves of Ospina for Napoli, who will then go to meet Juve in the final? Here is Biraghi with a centering pass in. It gets broken up nicely again by Napoli. And Ranocchia, it was Bastoni plays the ball back. And now Moses and Barella are playing 1-2 with Sensi and trying to get something going there. He makes the run in, but Moses does not give the pass in. Almost broken up there by the defender for Napoli. Bastoni down to Biraghi again. Biraghi starts to cut towards the center now. And now Brozovic in possession goes back to Biraghi, who has plenty of space down that left flank. It's another cross in and another header out by Napoli. So that Napoli center back is looking extremely strong back there, getting his head on everything that comes into that box. Napoli is just the better team today, and I think that's why they will take the victory. However, a cross in and almost Alexis Sanchez almost dives in to get there for the header, but it goes past him, and the keeper dives on the ball. As it was Koulibaly that got his head to it first. As they show the replays, that might have been the only chance there for Inter. And the ball goes out of play by Ospina for a throw-in for Inter. 2.5 minutes, half of stoppage time is done. Let's see. And now Alexis Sanchez, the ball runs out, and that will be a goal kick. Now Ospina, who's already on the yellow card for time wasting and will miss the Coppa Italia final. Sanchez just, they're showing a replay of the shot, another big, huge save by Ospina. Just unbelievable. He is man of the match, no doubt. Nick, Napoli does have 2 Greeks on their roster. Of course, you would say that, Nick. All right, so now 2 minutes of stoppage time left. Napoli goalkeeper still wasting more time. Gennaro Gattuso is ready for this one to end. Conte's pissed because the Napoli's wasting so much time. Still wasting time. It's been about 30 seconds now. And the ball might finally get back into play here shortly, as Ospina does finally kick it to the other end of the field, and it goes to the Inter player who was fouled. So they're going to take a quick free kick to try and get things up and rolling. Here is Ranocchia over to Skriniar. Skriniar goes over to Moses. Just way too predictable from Inter today. Napoli's been strong defensively. There's a foul, but I guess he's playing advantage because he doesn't want to blow the whistle and actually stop the play since there's only about a minute left. Brozovic again. This is all they've been doing all day, is just kind of hanging in there. Brozovic goes to make a pass to Ranocchia, who doesn't run for it, and it's cut off by Napoli, and their player kind of heads over to the touchline. Nice little move by him, and hands it into the substitute. And it looks like he's keeping the flag down for Napoli. He misses, but he then raises the flag as offside because it looked like it was offside from the get-go. So if it did go in, it wouldn't have counted, but it doesn't really matter because we have about 30 seconds left in this one before this one is done and dusted. All right, so here as they show the replay of this chance that was clearly offside even in real time. Why we're even showing a replay, I don't know. Here comes Moses down the right-hand side for Inter. Goes into Lukaku. Could he have a moment of brilliance here at the end of the game? Doesn't look like it. A high boot there. Looked like a high boot. And there is the final whistle. Napoli moves on to the Coppa Italia final, beating Inter 2-1 on aggregate. 1-1 today. The counter goal by Napoli was the game changer, the difference in this one, and it was all Inter Milan up to that point for the first 40 minutes. It was unbelievable how they were not leading by more than just the one. And there you got Aguilan Fernandez. You were spot on, sir. You said there was going to be a draw, and you were. And so finally, Napoli goes to the final. And there you go. Napoli gets to play Juve on Wednesday afternoon. 1-1 final in this one in the first or the second leg, and 2-1 on aggregate. So thanks everybody who has joined us here for this live stream reaction. I definitely appreciate you guys coming on here and hitting that subscribe button and hanging out with me while we watch this game and talk about it. So we make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And Aguilan Fernandez, exactly as you did predict, sir. Well done. Love when that happens, especially when you call it right in the beginning of the game like that. So make sure you subscribe. We'll be back Monday night with our regular podcast episode talking about MLS and USMNT. And we'll probably figure out what game we're going to do next for our live stream reactions. If Nick would ever, finish moving into his new house, he'll be on with us sometime. So thanks again for joining us, everybody. We will talk to you guys very, very soon. Have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy any type of football that you can get.